forward. Go view. So, yes, don't worry. Okay, so 3D. Can somebody please call out the row number, what do we need? 5. So what have we got? We've got 1. Hang on, let me just make some space. Bracket, plus 5, bracket, and what's next? 10, bracket, next? 10, I'll have to go to 2 lines here. Bracket, plus 5, bracket, plus 1. Bracket. Okay, so firstly, if this is 3D, I need a minus 2x in the first ones. That's minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 2x, and then in blue I need 2. And I'm going to 5, so I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other one 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32x5 is first. You'll need your calculator to check that. Minus. With a minus, thank you. And then minus 2 power 4, 2, 4, 8, 16, 33, 160? Yeah. Plus 160, x4, and then, this is a 3 by the way, sorry. This is minus 8 times 4 minus 320. Yeah. X cubed, and then this one is an 8 times a 4 plus 320. X squared, and then this one 2, 4, 8, 16, 80, minus 160. Minus 160 x plus 32 at the end. And there you go. So that's 3D. This comes up in the exam in section A. Was in the last couple of exams. Usually 3 or 4 marks. Doesn't take too long to do, and should get 3 or 4 marks fully. By the way, it is perfectly fine if you wanted to start this one at 0 and go up, and start this one at 5 and go down. If you did that, your answer would look like this instead, but it'd still be the same. You'd get 32 minus 160x plus 320x squared minus 320x cubed plus 160x4 minus 32x5. Yeah, it's the same thing, it's just written in a different order. So for vocabulary, this here, we say the powers, you see here, these are called powers, are descending. And here we say the powers are, is anyone, ascending, yeah. So this is the powers are decreasing, and here the powers are increasing, or descending and ascending. D for down and A for not down. Okay, so descending, decreasing, down. I can't think of anyone can think of any synonyms of ascending that starts with A? Accumulate, but something easier maybe? Yeah, but starts with A. Around, no. No, descending, decreasing, down. Ascending, the other one. Okay. Arise. Yeah. Yeah, good. Right, next topic now, page 41. So, one big disadvantage, although the Pascal's triangle is very useful, one big disadvantage is that if you want to go to row 5, you have to write out row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you have to go to row 20, then you have to write out 19 rows that you don't need. So is there any way to go directly to row 20? And the answer is yes. So before we get to that, let me give you a definition here. Can I go to a new page? Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't actually really asking. You can, You can copy it from someone. Okay, so definition. Does anybody know this symbol here?
Yes.
Yeah, what's it called? No, after the symbol. Factorial. It's a number with an exclamation mark, and what it means is this: n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, all the way down to 1. Now, what does that mean as a number? Well, look here. 6 factorial will be 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 5 factorial, factorial would be, of course, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and so on. So what's 3 factorial? 3 times 2 times 1, which would be 6. 2 factorial? 2, yeah. 1 factorial? 1 and 0 factorial? It gets them every time. 1 also, okay? So 0 factorial is kind of a special case. 0 factorial is 1. So you might need to make a note of that as a special case. We're almost there, but not quite yet. We're almost in a position to give you a formula for the direct entry in a Pascal's triangle. So next thing now, I'll just go down here, yes? Yes, okay. So the next thing, you can call it like the binomial function, or I call it the C function, or the choose function, whatever you want to call it, it's okay. So here's the definition of it. N choose or NC or whatever way you want to call it. The definition is n factorial divided by or factorial. Let me make my or's a little bit clearer. Or factorial times n minus or factorial. Now, word of warning for the Asian students. In China and other countries, the bigger number is put on the bottom. Not so in the West. In the West, we put the bigger number on top. So it's important that n is bigger than or. In fact, it must be bigger or equal than or. Whereas I know for sure in China, I was told the bigger number doesn't go on the top, it goes on the bottom. They're the opposite way around. Also, maybe any American curriculum students or British, this can be written differently as well. Some people might have seen it like this, maybe, with them both on the same side. Yes, American curriculum, I think. And also, some people write it like this. Yeah. Like that, yes. And some people maybe even like this. Oh good, I'm getting everybody's background here. So anyways, for us, it would be like this.
And we are
Yeah, well no, for Ireland as well. Ireland and the UK. So we write it like this. The bigger number on top and one in the upper left and one in the bottom right. Although if you wrote it like this or like this, that's fine. I'm sorry, this one I won't accept in the exam. So you'll lose a mark if you write it like this. No, sorry, being silly. No, that's fine. These are all fine. What I won't accept in the exam is if you put the bigger number on top. That's wrong. Sorry. If you put the bigger number at the bottom, I won't accept in the exam. I want the bigger number always to be on the top. That's key here. So if you write it like this, that's okay. Just make sure the bigger number goes on the top. The bigger number is first.
What's up?
Yeah, well, we'll look at using this formula now, what it means. And what's nice is you don't have to type all that into your calculator. Your calculator has this function built into it. If you look at the Casio 991, it's on the divide symbol. You see it on the divide symbol? Yeah.
C up.
Yeah. So, taking your calculator out, I'd like you to type this in, please. I'll go to a new page. So type in 3C0, 3C1, 3C2, and 3C3. So on your calculator, type 3, and then the C button, and then 0. 1. And this one here, do that one. 3. And then type this one in. 3, and then this one here. 1. Now, does that look familiar? Yeah, it's Pascal's triangle for row 3. Yeah, so if you want row n, any row you like, you just go NC0, NC1, etc., all the way to the end, NCN. So let's do another one. Let's do row 2. So row 2 would be 2C0, 2C1, and 2C2. So taking out the calculator, this will be 1, this one here, 2, and then this one here will be 1. So that is an important, very useful result. Row n can be found this way. Okay. And this here is actually called, what the name of the lesson is, the Binomial Theorem. So Binomial Theorem is very useful for finding these C's. And these C's, I call them C, but in fact they're called coefficients. Coefficients. Okay, so I'll write that in for vocabulary. Coefficients. Okay. Yeah.
Did you mention 4?
No, I don't think I mentioned. I just did some examples. Okay, example now. So let's use this to expand. So I'll do the first one there. Minus 2x plus y squared. So I start off with 2. Let me do different colors. 2C0, and then next 2C1, and then finally 2C2. And then I take this here, minus 2x, minus 2x, minus 2x. Now this is how I prefer to do it. I like to start here with 0. I'd like the x to have the same powers here, but in fact I could have started here with 2. I mean, you know what, it doesn't actually matter. It's whichever is easier for you for the question. Let me just put the y in next. So if I want the x to start big, then what number do I put here? 2. And if I want the x to start small? 0. So it depends if I wanted ascending or descending. So let's say I wanted ascending for x. What do I start with here?
1.
0. Ascending. 1 and then 2. And then the y will have to be descending. So yes, 2, 1, and 0. And then you stick in your pluses and you got the answer. So that would be y squared minus 4xy plus y squared.
What?
What's wrong here? Yeah, well, minus 2 power 1 is minus 2 times this is 2 on the calculator So minus 2 times 2 is minus 4. Yeah? Is some problem here?
X squared.
Oh, sorry, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. That was silly. 4x, sorry. I switched back to the start of my brain. Right, 4x squared. I was looking here. So no need for the triangle. You can just use the calculator to get these coefficients here. Yes? Yes? Question? Considering a question? Question loading? Question has failed to load? Okay, ending program. Right.
What do you call from 0 to
Yes?
from 0 to 1?
0 to 1?
Like the opposite side. We started before that from 2, then 1, then 0. Now we start.
Oh yeah, ascending and descending. A is going up, D is going down. Ascending, descending. In this one it didn't matter. I just chose one direction to go. Okay, number 2, next example. I will do like I'll do like D actually in number 2. Shh, listen. X cubed in this one here. So here, I don't want the whole thing. In fact, I want exactly one part of the expansion. I want the part that makes x cubed. This is D in number 2, if you want to see.
So,
Wait. No, hang on. That was 1A, by the way. I'll say that again. I don't want the full expansion here. I just want x cubed, and only x cubed. I want that term. So, you know from looking at this one up here, you have something with a C, and then a bracket, and then a bracket. Now, back to red. What goes in this first bracket? Minus x. And what goes in this second bracket? 1. Okay, now time for the numbers. So this is the tricky part. So please pay attention, listen carefully. What power do I want for x? 3. So I must have 3 here. I must. Because of that. Now, the number that goes here is always the power that you're expanding in, which in this case is 5. And the number that goes here, yeah, must be 3, or at least it must match one of these powers. So we'll choose 3. It doesn't matter. It must match one of the powers. Now, what does this power here have to be? 2. For those people who have noticed, the powers always total up to the top here. So 0 plus 2 is 2, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 0, 2. So this is the piece I need. This is the piece I want. So I have 5c3 minus 1 power 3, 1 power 2, and then an x cubed at the end. So please type this in, 5c3 times minus 1 cubed times 1 squared. Minus 10. So the coefficient is minus 10. Okay. Yes.
The two ends add up together to make a R. Yeah. Sorry.
The two powers add up to make n.
To make n.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you were to replace this with the number 2, you would still get the same answer. This needs to match one of the powers. The reason I chose 3 is because that was the easiest one to see at the start. And the reason that they're the same is if you picture your triangle, the numbers at the left are the same as the numbers on the right. Do you remember the triangle there? What's the word that describes this when you can flip it and it's the same?
Remember.
Symmetric. What did you say?
Uh,
No? Right, symmetric. Okay? So that's why it's okay if it's a 3 or a 2. Right, so write that down and we'll do another example. Okay. Next one, as an example, 3g. So here I want minus x minus 2 power 5. I want it ascending. And also I want only 3 terms. So I don't want you to give me the whole thing, I just want you to give me 3 terms, and I want it ascending. Okay, so let's start off, again I'll do it in blue. So what's my first term? It's going to be 5c0. My next term?
5c1.
5c1. My next term?
5c2.
And then I stop, because I said I only want 3 terms. So just dot, dot, dot here. Okay. Now in red, minus x, and minus x. And then in green, minus 2, and minus 2. Okay. Now I have to choose the powers carefully. I want it ascending. So what do I start with the x here? 0, 1, 2. And then here, 5. 5, because remember the total still needs to be 5, and we start at the other end. 5, 4, and 3, and add them together. Okay, so calculator now. 2, 4, 8, 6, minus 32. Yeah. 5, 2, 4, 8, 6, minus 80. No, yeah, minus 80x. Come on, you're the ones with the calculator. And then this one here, 248 with a 1080 with a minus 80 x squared. Now somebody check if that's right. Dot, dot, dot.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah. Come on, Shiraz, you have a calculator. You can check that for me.
The last one.
The last one's wrong?
No, no. Which one?
Of all of them. I have no calculator. Check them all, please. Actually, maybe... No, it's fine. It matches the answer at the back. So the only way this could be wrong is if I made a mistake now and I made the same mistake when I was doing this, which I don't think is likely. Okay, so that's the answer for that. Okay, so write that one down. So this question 1, 2, and 3 are very, very, very common in the exam. Okay, 4 and 5 now, not really so common, and they're more difficult.
So
Yes.
the first C we get, the first n we get it from the power, yeah? And we add up the 2 n's to make the...
Yeah.
Sorry, we add up the 2 r's to make the n.
Yeah, the powers must total to 5, because the 5 comes from here.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Right. Next one now. I tell you... I tell you p x plus q power 6 equals 1 plus 6x plus 15x squared
Plus
dot, dot, dot. And my question is, what is the P and the Q? So we just expand here on the left. So we have here 6C0 Px and Q plus 6C1 Px and Q plus 6C2 Px and Q equals this part here, which I don't have any space for, so I'll just write right here.
Why it's 3 terms?
Oh, because I have 3 terms on the right, so, oh, sorry. All right. Dot, dot, dot equals this here. Now, what is the power doing on the right? Ascending or descending? Ascending. So here is 0, 1, and 2. And then on the Q, 6, 5, and 4. Okay. 6C0 is 1. Px0 is 1. So here is just Q6. 6C1 is 6. P1 is P. And Q5 is Q5. So that would just be 6 PQ5X. Now calculator, please. Tell me what 6C2 is. $15. 15 P squared Q4 X squared plus dot 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 equals 1 plus 6x etc etc equals that one up there. Now the trick here is if the left and the right are the same, you compare them. So what is the first term on the left? It's Q power 6. And what's the first term on the right? 1. And what's the second term? 6PQ5X, and then here 6. And then the third term is 15P squared Q4, and then the third term on the right is 15, the third coefficient. So if you were to write that out, you must have Q6 equals 1. You also must have 6PQ5 equals 6. Yeah, I don't need to write the x's in. And then the last one, and 15P squared Q4 must equal 15. Okay. Now, if Q6 equals 1, yeah, what's Q equal to? 1. So, you're practically finished. You just need the way to find P. How can you find P? Well, just put it into this one. Yeah. So here you have 6 times 1 times Q5 equals 6. What happens to the 6's? They cancel. And you get the same equation. Q5 equals 1, so therefore
Q equals 1.
Q also equals 1. How can you check that this is right?
Just replace it in the
We have,
original.
oh sorry, what am I? That's the wrong letter here. I mixed up my P's and Q's. Right, I have P, and here is Q. Alright, well that's even nicer. There's still the 6 cancels, 1 power 5 is still 1, so I get P equals 1. Same thing. Okay, now I have my Q and my P. I need to check that they're right, and the way you can check is you put the 2 results into the last one. So 15 times 1 squared times 1 power 4, what will that equal?
15.
Which it should. No, you don't. It's not that impressive, like. Okay, so write that one down, please. That's the start, anyways.
Q can be -1.
No, because the 6 is an even number. There's a problem if it's odd. You're right, it could be a positive or a negative. And yes. I think I try to avoid that as much as possible. But no, are you right? There could be, if it's an odd number, a positive or a negative, yeah. Oh, but Hong, I said in the question actually, I just see now, P and Q are positive numbers. Yeah. So that problem is avoided.
Sorry,
Okay.
we
yes.
can get such formula from the ABC rule 53.
No, because there's no quadratics here to solve. Down now, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do next as another example 3I, which you can see is different to 3A because there's two terms. Okay, another example now. I haven't removed anything, relax. 3I. So you have 2 minus 2x cubed times x plus 1 power 5. And just like before, I wanted this time now though, descending. But also I want 3 terms like before. Okay, so the first one, I'll do it in blue here. It's 3C0, and then here is, let me make more space, 3C1, 3C2, I need more space. Shouldn't write so big, that's the problem. Okay, 3C0, space, 3C1, space, 3C2, space, and then the next one is the same. No, it's not. It's 5C1, 5C1, 5C2, space, double space. Okay, first one here will be a 2, and then a minus 2x, and a plus, and then a 2, and a minus 2x with a plus, a 2, a minus 2x, and then here an x and a 1. I won't bother to write the 1 in, okay, because 1 is always 1. X and a 1 here, x and a 1 here, x and a 1, and a pluses. Alright, if I want it to be descending, what does my power start with? On the x, it must start with 3 to 1, and then on the constant
5.
0, 1, 2. And then in this one here, the x must start with 5, 4, and 3, and the constant, it doesn't matter, it's always 1. Okay, calculator time, please. 3C0 is 1, 20 is 1, so that's minus 8x cubed. Minus 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24 with a plus. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 minus 8, and then what's 3C2? Is it like 5 or something? Can somebody tell me this? Come on. So 5 is 40 is this one, is it? Minus 40x. Why am I typing this in? You've all got calculators. Come on. 3C2 times 4 times minus 2. No, it's not that. 3. Yeah, sorry, this should be 24 here. Maybe this one's wrong. This should be, are you sure? That doesn't sound so confident. No, this is also 20. This, what did I have here? 24, was it? Yes, it's also 24 by coincidence. Yeah. All right. Now the next one will be x5 plus 5x4 plus 5c2, which is 10.
It's not coincidence. It's because 3 plus 1 is equal to 3.
Okay, not coincidence. It's nice. Right, okay. Now, I'll scroll back up, don't worry. I'm not actually finished yet because I need to get these simplified. Because I need them just 3 terms in total. So I need to multiply these, but please note, you don't have to do all 9 there's 9 multiplications to do here. You don't have to do them all because some of them you don't need. What's the biggest power here?
3.
And here? 5. So if I multiply and that makes x 8. So I'm expecting in my final answer an x8, an x7, and an x6.
Why 6, 7?
Because powers, they add.
Yeah. No, listen.
What the 8?
Listen. What's the biggest one here?
3.
3. And the biggest one here?
5.
5. x3 by x5 is x8. If I want this to descend, the next power after x8 is x7. How could I make x7? For an example, could I make it here? Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure I can. Yeah, when x squared multiplies x5, it makes the x7. I don't want the extra terms after this. I only want the first 3 terms, starting with x8. So what ones make x8? What do you multiply to make x8? This one and that one, and that's it. There's no other pairs that make x8, right? So minus 8 times 1 is minus 8. Okay. Now what can make x7? This one with this one. So let me just keep a total here. That's, what's that? Minus 40. All right. This one, no. This one with the first one, yeah? So this one here with the first one. Yeah, so that would be a 24, isn't it? 5 times, no. Yeah, this one does 24, okay. Anything else left?
Yeah.
So the last x is cube, right?
Oh, here. Yeah, oh, thanks, Jeepers, now. Right, so now with this information, what else can I do? 3, 6, no. 5, no. 3, no. 5, 6, 7. No, there's only 2. Yeah. So minus 40 plus 24? Minus 16, isn't it? Yeah. All right, the last one, x6. So what can make x6?
X4, 24.
Right, hang on. Let's start with this one. This one here with this one here. So what's that? That's a minus 80. The square here with this one here. What's that? 120. This one here with this one here. That's minus 24. So what's that? That's 16 in total, isn't it? If you add them all up. 16, isn't it? So equals minus 8x power 8 minus 16x power 7 plus 16x power 6 plus many other terms you don't want.
So we should do all of them that equals to the power.
Hang on. Minus 8 minus 16 plus 16. Yep. Yeah, if you want, listen. if you want 3 terms in total, but you have 2 brackets, you should get 3 from each, and then only do the multiplications at the end that make the first 3 you want. So you need to at least do 3 from each. Why 3 from each? Well, you'll notice that I did need to use all of these, didn't I? Suppose I went 1 extra here. What would be the term after x here? It'd just be a number, right? And then what would be the term after x cubed here? X squared. Can x squared multiply anything here to make even an x6? No.
Yeah, it's
The most I can make is x squared by x cubed is x5, which I don't want.
You don't need.
And don't need. So if I want 3 terms in total, I need to do 3, and make them appropriate multiplications at the end to make the 3 at the end. If you really were unsure, what you could do, and it will take some time, is multiply all of this out and then just take the first 3 terms. But that will take a lot longer to do, because how many multiplications would you need? The first by these 3, the second by these 3, and the third by these 3. So that's 9 multiplications. Whereas in my one, I think I did 5 multiplications in total. I did 1 for this, 2 for this, and 3 for this. Yeah. So sorry, 6 multiplications. So I saved the grand total of 3 multiplications.
So, but you can't add 3 numbers to make up.
What? What are you asking me?
Can you add 3? Can you add 3 coefficients to make x8? Like 24x.
No, there's only one way I can make x8.
Okay.
Right. The ones you need to do we have class tomorrow?
yeah.
We do. Let me think. I want, let me think. I want the first and the last in each question. Yep. And I've already done some of those, so it's not even 10 questions, okay? Right. What? Why not? How did you lose it? You'll have to order a new one, I'm sorry. Do you have class now? Oh, okay.